What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. Today, we are going to be talking about ADA, Cardano, running into a little bit of technical analysis. This coin is a really big project, has a lot of investors, and it's a really popular one. So I figured it would be a great coin to run over today. Before we get started though, if you are not a subscriber to this channel, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, we'll get straight into today's video. So let's start off by doing an Elliott wave count. We do have a 1 wave, a 2 wave, 3, 4, 5, and of course our requisite ABC correction that always comes afterwards. So in theory, this is a complete Elliott wave cycle, and at any point here, we can start reversing for a new Elliott wave bullish impulse. Now, the way that would work is whenever you finish wave C, you start a new Elliott cycle. So you start on 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go for your 5th wave all the way, usually up to a new all-time high. Now, the way that these cycles also work is everybody is way excited up here, and everybody's really scared and depressed down here. So in order to make money, you have to learn how to maintain your emotional stability through any phase of the market. Whether you're pumping or whether you're dumping, you have to be able to maintain emotional stability at all times. And as you learn that skill of maintaining emotional stability, it helps you keep a really clear lens of what's going on in the market. For example, people get overly emotional when we're down here in wave C. They get what's called perma-bearish, which basically means that they believe the market's going to go down forever. And just like how it doesn't go up forever, it doesn't go down forever. Unless a coin dies, of course, some coins do die, just like how some stocks die. But the market as a whole, the cryptocurrency environment as a whole, will continue to have cycles and will continue to recover. So keeping a strong emotional conviction through any phase of the market cycle really sets you apart from whether you're a bad trader or a good trader. Another thing that I am seeing here on Cardano is a bullish flag pattern. Now, if we draw the bull flag like this, you guys can see that we broke out of the bull flag and we actually started to go back down a little bit further. This can happen. If you have a bullish flag pattern and you get a breakout, it's not always that it instantly moons and starts taking off. Sometimes it does a breakout and it still lags a little bit and goes a little lower before all of that momentum finally takes off. So that's what it looks like here with ADA. We did break out of a bull flag and we just haven't seen the result of all of that momentum take place yet. You know, there's a lot of people, like I said, we get too scared and we get too excited. So the market ends up lagging a little bit before it takes off. We always get a little bit too excited too soon in either direction. And if it's dumping like this, if it's going down, a lot of times the bears keep pushing the price a little bit lower. They get greedy, just like how the bulls get greedy up here. So it ends up pushing the price a little bit lower, but a bottom always does occur in the market, especially when there's good consistent volume like this, like we see on a lot of different cryptos. So about the worst thing that you could possibly do, and of course, this isn't financial advice, but the worst thing you could ever do is sell ADA after a correction like this. Selling down here is exactly what the big players want you to do. And another question that I get asked a lot is, well, if the market's down 90%, doesn't that mean that it's dead? Doesn't that mean that the market, that crypto is over? No. Every single market cycle that we have had in the crypto markets has dropped 90%. Every single Bitcoin cycle has been 83%. Roughly, give or take. And so the answer is no. The market does recover. It's just that people get too scared at the bottom. And in all fairness, we're human and we react to emotions, but you gotta control that. You gotta learn how to keep a consistent emotional stability to see the market as it really is. I would say that the biggest mistake people make as investors is a lack of emotional control. And so they end up kind of just getting thrown all around by the market because they're like a ship without a rudder. They haven't learned how to control themselves and their emotions. Now, ADA is very, very likely to continue on the upside. It's up quite a bit in the last 24 hours. So it's always wise if you're investing in these markets not to buy something that's up. It can always go higher, even if it's up like 20% in the last 24 hours. But it's always better to buy dips unless you're accumulating, right? If you're accumulating in the big picture, you end up buying a lot of different times and you just let the market do its thing. You let it go down. You let people get too scared because big picture, your investments are going to turn out for you. Now, I would say that the smartest investors in the world look for this exact pattern. They look for a market that's down. Because they don't want to buy something where the risk is high. And if we go look at the market cycle chart, you guys can see that according to the cycle, when we're in euphoria and thrill and everybody's excited about crypto, that is the point of maximum financial risk. But in the depression phase of the cycle, that is the point of maximum financial opportunity. I believe ADA could be at this exact point, the depression phase of the cycle, which is the point of maximum financial opportunity. So like I said, that's what the best investors do. They look for markets that are down, that actually have lower risk, rather than when everybody's excited and the opportunity really isn't there. So I would say that's your homework this week, is to train yourself to see the market inverse of what the crowds do, which is to get excited when everybody's excited about crypto and to hate it when everybody hates it. But that's exactly kind of how you lead yourself to failure. One of my favorite quotes is, if you follow the herd, you will only be led to the slaughterhouse. And that's 100% true for investing in crypto. The herd always does the wrong thing. They get buying the top and they get selling the bottom. So if you want to set yourself apart, you need to start thinking differently than what 90% of people do. But if you can learn to do that, you really can change your life. You can open all of the doors of freedom in your life. And really, if you want to stop working for other people, you can do that. If you want to travel more, you can do that. Like, it brings complete and total freedom into your life. But it takes the courage of buying the dip to do that. Another thing I want to point out, contrary to what seems logical to the human mind, decreasing volume and decreasing price is actually a sign of accumulation that usually happens as a result of steady orders being placed by bigger players. So as the price goes down, it almost looks like nobody's buying it in the volume, but this is extremely common and consistent in these crypto markets when we look for bottoms. Another thing that can happen when the breakout occurs is you'll get a volume spike. So you can have declining volume, and then when the bull market starts, all of a sudden a huge spike in volume coincides with the reversal of the bottom in the market. So I would say watch for that on ADA, watch for a volume spike to come in, especially as prices start to pick up. And if we push through any of these horizontal resistance levels, I do expect volume to increase quite significantly on ADA. With that being said, you guys, ADA is number 6 in trading volume. So its volume is really, really high. Like I said, when something is being accumulated, it does have a tendency to look as if nobody's buying it. But if you go and look at the actual numbers, ADA has $24 billion in trading volume in the last 30 days. So yeah, I'm really excited about this coin. In the short term, I do expect prices can rise up to $1 and even higher. This isn't going to happen overnight, but I do think 2023 will be a good year for ADA. So yeah, you guys, get ready for big things to come in the crypto markets. 2023 is going to be an awesome year for cryptocurrency. Super excited. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today's video. Comments down below if you have any coins you want me to run over. Also join the VIP, links in the description, to get started making money off the different trades I'm personally taking. And with all that being said, I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos. As always, stay profitable out there.